Draft season is one of the most exciting times of the year for basketball fans. The NBA draft offers hope for disgruntled franchises and provides an opportunity for teams to add young stars to their roster. Some organizations take advantage of these opportunities.
With the 15th pick, the Milwaukee Bucks select Giannis Antetokounmpo from Athens, Greece.
20 or more. Ahead for Hill, back for Giannis, what a pass! Giannis on it! Nice roll, Giannis on the loose!
While other franchises have historically squandered them.
The Charlotte Bobcats select Adam Morrison, Brandon Wright, DJ Augustine, Frank Kaminsky,
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Oh my God! What the hell is even that?
The 22-23 NBA season is just over halfway done, and many fans already have their eyes set on the future. Today we're going to run a little mock draft and look at some potential landing spots for some of the world's best young hoopers. Keep in mind it's still really early, so a lot of this is subject to change. But with that in mind, we'll be using Tankathon to set our draft order. Before we get into it, just a quick shout out to Tankathon. It's a great free website. They update the draft order every night. They do mock drafts and tons of good stuff. So check it out if you want to do some research on some prospects or your favorite teams. With that being said, let's set this draft order and let's get into it. So we ran our simulation of the lottery and this is what we got. Detroit gets the number 1 pick, Charlotte gets 2, San Antonio at 3, Toronto at 4, and the Rockets at 5. In this hypothetical version of reality, Pistons fans are elated. Meanwhile, Houston gets the Charlotte treatment as they fall from the projected number 1 overall pick all the way down to 5. The lottery really makes things interesting, and we won't know until that day comes. But this is the hand we're dealt for now, and we're going to roll with it today. Let's start drafting. And with the first overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Pistons are happy to select Victor Wembanyama, the big man from France. Victor has been the guy in this class for a while now, and this would be a great fit for both him and the organization. The Pistons have struggled on the court in recent years, but they've accumulated a roster full of young talent. If this was to happen in real life, the league will definitely be on lookout, as the Pistons would be building around a young core of Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duran, and now Wembanyama. Victor measures in at around 7 feet 4 inches tall and has an insane wingspan of 8 feet. His ridiculous height and length make him a menace on the defensive end, and he's got exceptional ball skills for a big. Oh yeah, and he can shoot. Victor should have no issues acclimating himself in the league, and once he puts on a little more weight, he should be one of the best bigs, if not one of the best players in the NBA. Detroit would be an exciting landing spot for the unicorn from France, and the Pistons are a team I'll be watching closely in the next few years. With the second pick, the Charlotte Hornets select Scoot Henderson, the Georgia native who currently plays for the Ignite in the NBA G League. Scoot hasn't received quite as much hype as Victor, but he's far from a consolation prize. The 18-year-old guard measures in at only 6 feet 2 inches, but has an impressive 6'9" wingspan. And whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for it with his explosive athleticism. Scoot has high upside on the offensive end and should continue to improve his game defensively. As the trade deadline quickly approaches, the Hornets should be looking to ship some veteran assets like Terry Rozier, Kelly Oubre, Gordon Hayward, or Mason Plumlee. This roster situation is highly volatile and change should be expected. Scoot would be a formidable piece in the effort to rebuild this Hornets franchise that's been in a continuous state of failure. A young core of LaMelo Ball, Mark Williams, and Scoot Henderson would provide some long-desired excitement for Charlotte fans who've been depraved of any basketball success for a while now. In this mock, the Spurs own the rights to the third pick. San Antonio is an organization that's known for their success and their ability to consistently make the playoffs. Yet, they've struggled to find their identity following the departures of franchise greats like Duncan, Ginobili, and the Claw. Capitalizing on this top 3 pick is essential for San Antonio as they claw their way back towards relevancy. In an effort to fill the void left behind by the departure of DeJounte Murray, I've got the Spurs selecting Amen Thompson with the 3rd overall pick. Thompson is an athletic guard from Oakland, California. He measures in at 6'7", with a 6'11" wingspan. Renowned for his athleticism and ability to finish at the rim, Thompson should prove to be a valuable asset for whatever team selects him this offseason. He'll have to improve on his efficiency from deep, but his ability to finish at the rim and set up his teammates on offense, paired with his ability to guard multiple positions on defense, make Amen a valuable asset for Coach Pop and the Spurs. Thompson should help bring some excitement back to San Antonio and the Spurs organization. The Raptors hold the 4th pick in this mock, and this was honestly a pretty weird spot for me. This is a squad that was projected to be a playoff team before the year, but they've underperformed. Scottie Barnes was the NBA's Rookie of the Year last season, and they've got Siakam under contract through 2024. With all this in mind, I've got the Raptors taking Nick Smith here at 4th overall. Smith has only played 5 games this season at Arkansas, but he's still got a lot of buzz and is considered to be one of the top guards in the class. Smith is 6'4" and has a lengthy 6'9" wingspan. He's smooth and possesses the ability to score all over the floor as well as create for his teammates. His athleticism isn't off the charts, but he has sneaky quickness and his floater allows him to finish over taller defenders. He's got great court vision and a good feel for the game. He's shown the ability to read defenses and get himself open for easy buckets off the ball. Smith can score in a variety of ways, and I think he's a good fit for the Raptors here with the 4th pick. Now at the tail end of the top 5, we have the Houston Rockets, and I have them staying close to home, selecting Jarace Walker from the University of Houston. I feel like this is the perfect fit for the Rockets, who currently sit dead last in the league in team defense. Walker is a physical presence on both ends of the floor and would immediately provide some much needed grit and toughness to this young Rockets team. Walker's a 6'8" forward who's drawn comparisons to players like Julius Randle and Paul Millsap. He's one of the best defenders in this class, using his size and physicality to protect the rim, and he also has a knack for jumping passes and creating turnovers. But it doesn't end there. Defensive prowess aside, Walker can score the rock too. He has the ability to spread the floor with his jump shot, and he also has a pretty unique scoring bag for a big. His quick first step allows him to blow past players his size, and he can also work with his back to the basket, using his strength to get close to the rim. While he might be slightly undersized for an NBA big, he has an above average floater, which will allow him to score over taller defenders at the next level. I like Jarace Walker a lot as a prospect, and while this might be a little bit of a reach, I think it's a really good fit for the Rockets at this spot. Alright, my fellow basketball fans, that's all I got for y'all today. If you're still watching the video, I really appreciate you and I hope you enjoyed. Also, I know there's some really good hoopers that got left out, and I'm open to doing a part 2 or more videos like this. I just didn't want the video to run on for too long. But again, I really appreciate you guys. Tell your neighbor you love them. Peace.